One, one, two, three. Okay.
Okay, we get it, the count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's not like a last waltz or anything. Hello everybody.
Hello there.
We totally haven't been talking for the last half hour. Nope.
That was
Nope,
the
don't know what you're talking about.
No, we've been sitting here in silence for the last half hour. It's been very awkward.
Yeah, we're a couple people short.
The seventh my old friend.
Couple people short, but that's all right. Fox might pop in, but he'll be quiet. And I don't know what happened to Helios. They did not. Oh, they didn't respond to anything yesterday, so I don't know. And then Abby is fashionably late. We'll call it fashionably late until proven otherwise. So I just used their name. They keep changing it. Lumi. I'm gonna just use your player names. Lumi.
Fair enough.
Lumi isn't here. Yell at me.
Oh man.
A little bit of a warning.
Let lost the right.
Bit of a warning. My mom is in the hospital at the moment. She's okay. She had a heart attack Thursday, as it turns out, and got taken care of. They went in and cleaned out arteries and put her in a stent, and she's got dialysis today. So if phone rings, I do have to take it. So let you know that ahead of time. Let the stream know that ahead of time. And yeah, it's been a while, a couple of years almost.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, last time we were
a little over a couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah, last time we did this, I didn't have this gold ring upon my finger.
Yeah, you never did answer me concerning certain companion person.
Oh yeah.
Bit of a plot point.
I was gonna talk to my wife about that. We've had a lot of things go a little bonkers on our end.
Really?
I'll try to work around it. And anything any of their preamble. Hopefully doing this once a month. It won't be at a set day or time. It'll be on a Wednesday or a Saturday. And then it'll be at whatever time is most convenient for people. I think Saturday is going to be the more convenient day, but I'm leaving Wednesday on the table as well. So, and I think that takes care of the preamble. So, setting the scene a little bit, our party last season on Machina, Rosa, Gothika, our party got into all kinds of trouble. I think I'll just go through and explain the plotline a little bit, get going. I imagine this session will have a bit more narration than what I usually do, but it's been a couple years. We need to catch up, right? So,
Make it so.
Yes. So what we were in the country of Lugard, which spans the entire continent, perhaps beyond. Haven't decided. It's a tumultuous place, as most countries are, where anything and everything can exist or happen, as we've also learned. Going through the people you all met in the town of Dusty Hollow. You didn't. Only one of you woke up there. That was our Steamborg friend Blues. Woke up to some tapping on his chest. And met Mr. Hero, met Danforth, met Callie. Callie is the sheriff of Dusty Hollow. and the
You can steer.
yeah may have fought a bull, may have castrated said bull accidentally.
No, it was very much so on purpose. It's the only way to kill the thing. I don't think I even killed it. I think I just shocked it. And I detained it.
There was a barbecue later, remember?
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't remember because I didn't eat any of it. For two different reasons. A, I'm a cyborg and can't eat food, and B, I'm not going to eat that. Gross.
So we met Mr. Mover in the nighttime in Prism City on a failed assassination attempt. Things got very hairy for him very quick, but got out with some help and also ended up in Dusty Hollow, where I met up with Blues. Then they're not here, but Lumi went on a bit of adventure through the bowels of the city, and a bunch of people before meeting up with Madame Foot, who got her out of a sticky situation only to teleport her onto the deck of Mr. Barr's giant crawler with companion in tow.
I guess. A crawler.
Yes. And then Mr. Barr, after traveling
I
some
am
time...
looking for the crawler. I am, by the way, looking for my crawler blend file so I can show that off.
Yeah, I will be setting up more of a slideshow for the stream backdrop, but right now I just have the image covering most of whatever else is on the screen, so I can do what I need to do. So yeah, Mr. Barr operates a steam-powered battle mech and was in search of parts coming into Dusty Hollow, where everyone met in chaos soon erupted. There may have been
Now,
military involved, there may have been officers shot by a sheriff who had enough.
that doesn't make any sense.
It
We
happens.
would never incite chaos.
From there, guys, I mean, fled is a strong word, but you fled across the desert, heading west towards the ever-present cloud bank, separating one side of the mountains from the other, and ran into some unfortunate merchants along the way. You weren't very trusting of them, but they went on their way, and you soon encountered them again, very much dead, as in the fog bank there were things. You were not alone there. As there were sharks flying in the fog, as it happens, And it's still one of my more favorite encounters.
Yep.
But once you guys realize all you had to do was leave the hatches closed, you got through that just fine. It's only only one head injury.
Which I
Sorry,
think that's
brother.
that's an all-time record for Psy there.
But on the other side, you rolled into the town of Betham, where everything was entirely too clean and just not quite right. And you met up with Sir Duncan, may he rest in peace, and a certain doctor who vengeance has been sworn against, Dr. White, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Dr. White. It was his alias that he was under.
I think
I believe I have
there.
a note on that somewhere. Where did my
I
note
think it
go?
was Dr. Wright because because that was the English man or mistranslated name they gave him in the American manual.
I
Was
think
Dr. Wright.
I think I just call him Dr. White because he's not actually based on any of the doctors, but at
Right,
first
but
he seemed somewhat trustworthy at first.
I thought
Um,
you also named him that because he was like, yeah, of course I'm right. I'm never wrong. Like that kind of a character.
Yeah, that might have been it.
I think it was Dr. Wright.
We'll consult our notes later. Point is, the hornet's nest was thoroughly kicked there, and probably one of the
You're
more
welcome.
memorable battle scenes we've seen. Well, they took your companion. I had to be done.
Remember when we dropped a building on
and
those guys?
Yeah, despite my best efforts to kill you all, the crits just kept coming. I believe Mover had 3 crits in a row.
Yes.
So, which made it that part a cakewalk for you. I had to introduce a couple extra Minotaurs to the Minotaur fight.
Good times.
And the enemy were deploying forces via, well, just call it what it is, Pokeballs. So, crazy stuff. Then from there,
And then we found out that we were the very best.
the pirates came in. They wanted you to regroup. You wanted to check out a potential source of wealthy items. It's the remains of Gear City. And so you took off for Gear City, and that's more or less where the season ended. We had a little bit of play-by-post action.
Hold up. We did have that fight against the Steam Source. Rex here at Rust City.
Yes, I was not going to neglect that. In Gear City, they did encounter a wild Stegosaurus Rex, as well as a very naive Sky Ranger who had the audacity to say, "Y'all are under arrest."
Oh yeah, and also I think despite trying to not or no, I wasn't even being a jerk, but she hates me for some reason. I think he was just very brash about yeah, I fight, that's what I do, that's what I was made for. And then she's like, sounds like you're a bully, and I'm like,
Periwinkle
no.
does not like bullies, and you came across as a bully. So
I don't know why. I think he was just very brash.
Of course,
about
she had a damaged jetpack and no gun, and still tried to arrest you. So that's pretty bold of her. But she was set right with the help of a former Sky Ranger in the Pirates called Griffin. And I will our cast of companions at the end of season 1. We have Mr. Hero, who has 3 heads. He has his Mr. Hero head, the Average Joe head, and War Machine.
Yeah, War Machine.
We
Love
have,
that guy.
He's kind of started out as a companion to Blues, but is more of a general companion at this point. He's rather attached to everybody. War Machine, I like War Machine. He's so ready to do war.
See, he gets it.
And
Sometimes war can be fun.
You have the armadillo lizard named Tango. It's like mascot at this point, but is Blues' best friend. So, and we have Nani the Fox Girl, who doesn't speak much. She's very quiet.
And as stealthy as Get Out.
Yeah. At this point, I don't even roll for her stealth anymore. She just passes because she kept critting so much.
This here is how stealthy she is.
Snuck up on a vampire assassin more than once.
Oh, there he is. Whoa.
And then there was Scarlet Hayes, who was,
I believe so,
assistant somewhat paramour of Mr. Barr. And I think, and of course, there's Mr. Mover's mysterious voice on the other end of his Farnsworth.
I also had my NPC who tends the crawler.
Right, the
That
robot.
Hey, Roger? That
Dorothy?
wasn't his name,
Was it
was
Dorothy? Gosh, now I can't remember. It's been a while.
Why do I not have that in my notes?
Yes, there is the crawler, tender robot, and also along the way, you guys, Psy Mover rescued a very angry, what's left of him, Anchor, whose sole design was to kill Blues, but he's since realized like that's bad. I mean, just he's developed beyond his programming. He's basically trustworthy.
I don't believe it's possible for us robots to go beyond our programming. I was designed to fight. He was designed to kill me. I hate that guy.
Not that bad.
And he has
Hey.
the worst voice.
Anchor was
Hey, you
cursed
did.
by having his voice box stolen, and the replacement is meant for a lady robot. So he does his best to sound manly, and it just comes out like a mouse.
Yeah, he's pretty much Mickey Mouse the robot that wants to kill me.
Speaking of nemesis, Hoover, you have your issue with the guy that you didn't actually kill. Blues has a plethora of siblings that don't get along, and Mr. Mover just tends to make a nemesis of everyone he meets, or Mr. Barr rather makes a nemesis of everyone he meets. So ticked off the
Particularly-
It's an
military.
occupational hazard. I'm an engineer.
You're
Yeah, that's we should
so
all trust him.
Lumi. I don't think that's ever really come to light, so I don't think I can really talk about that.
No, I do not believe that we've met any of her nemesis.
But
Yeah.
unfortunate for them, you now know that they are in fact a werewolf. They never actually transformed in front of you. But as we start the second season, you guys were investigating ruins of Gear City. It's basically a crater. Get down into the crater. Blues saw a shiny button. Barr saw it first, but was taking a sweet time getting there. Pressing that button caused a giant electromagnet to pop up, obviously, because Mr. Blues started singing uncontrollably. And other things happened. Hoover can't hold his shape, and our werewolf is wolfed out now, beyond their control. So, take it away, Mr. Blues.
All right, here, give me a second. This is some nonsense. Any wonder I'm not crazy? Is it any wonder I'm not sane at all? So tired of losing, I got nothing to do and all day to do it. Okay, I'm done. That's the singing.
You gotta say the line. You got what on your hands?
I've got so much time on my hands. Too much time on my hands.
There we go.
Oh,
Is
gosh.
indeed singing too much time on my hands by Sticks. Well,
No,
while
no.
both doing the waltz and the worm at the same time.
Which is, I don't know how that's possible, but if a robot can do it,
Alright.
probably. That makes sense. He's not a robot, he's a cyborg, whatever.
So we're actually going to start in the pirate camp, where how to put this?
None of us are.
Well,
Oh wait, is
Lyra,
Lyra in the camp?
Lyra's in the pirate camp being shown around, and uh, brain is very much farting right now. But you're being shown around by Penelope. Penelope is, I call her the purple Polynesian pirate. She's got purple hair and wears a lot of purple, and she's totally a flirt. But she's showing you around. Oh, this is the kitchen. Say hi to Cook. Cook's a very strange creature with the incredible set of cooking skills, and introduces you to Chani, who's one of the boarders, and then there's a tent. It's a rather large tent, and from it you just hear a crazy robot singing too much time on their hands. And this is unusual enough that Penelope is like, wait a minute, there's noise coming from the tent. No one's supposed to be in there. And as you approach, there's a flash. The tent bursts into flames. In the middle is this mechanical device that is smoking, and four very bewildered, belugered party members. You guys are no longer in Gear City.
I think I pressed the wrong button, guys.
You aren't entirely sure what it really means to be tired, but you're tired.
I've never felt like this in my life. I am vengeance now.
It is a different time of day, a different place than it was like seconds ago, minutes ago. It's like it's evening now, and this isn't where you were. You aren't in a hole anymore.
I'm grabbing my pistol and my flare gun.
I'm charging my blaster.
I'm staring at them.
Sai is patting himself down, making sure that he's in his form.
Yes, you have solidified. The werewolf has passed out, and looking around, you see Penelope, who you know Penelope, and a stranger, and above you is the galleon ship, the what did I call it? The horsefly, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we called it.
So you recognize the ship. More so, the crawler had been loaded into the ship.
Okay.
At one point, anyway. So you recognize that ship.
Wait a second. So, different time. Were we all knocked out?
I don't think we were knocked out. Penelope, have you seen anything like that in your life before?
Penelope is speechless, and you know Penelope to be a chatterbox. And then she immediately takes off running.
Okay, cool. So she's useless. Bar. Well, I'm not an engineer. You're an engineer. I'm gonna trust your answer on this. What's this all about?
I shoot the device with both the pistol and the flare gun.
Okay, fair enough.
Good. Looking through your.
I would have recommend not doing that.
Oh, it's too late now.
Grief, Mr. Barr.
He's an engineer. We should trust him.
The smoking
The
machine.
last time we trusted him, he had a panel fly off and nearly kill him.
Yeah. But it
Uh,
all turned out good in the end, so.
most damage you've taken in a single go ever is from a door.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So Lyra, here you are. You're in a camp full of strangers, and here's some more strangers who just came out of a tent that caught on fire like a flippin' circus act. What you thinking? See the
Put me on
deep
the
end of the
spot. Oh
pool?
no.
There you are. Just put you in.
I just kind of am a little bit. I look over my shoulder at where Penelope ran off to, and I'm just like, okay. I take it that was not supposed to happen.
I would very much say that was not supposed to happen.
I think I was supposed to press the button though. I don't know why, but I feel like I was supposed to push that button.
So you pushed a button in the tent, was there
No.
supposed to be a button in the tent?
No, I pushed a button in a cave, and I will say that was probably one of the most epic button pressing experiences I've ever had.
10 out of 10. We'll do it again.
In fact, where's the button? I gotta find it. That was
There's
awesome.
nothing left of it now, but
Oh, right, because someone shot it.
I will
The-
reach out and grab him. No.
the control
Pushing
panel with the button
the
attached to
button.
it is at your feet. It kind of flew off. So
Aw.
if you want to pick it up for a souvenir, I won't stop you.
No, I'm gonna kick it off to the side.
Mr. Barr looks
Hey,
for a
Mr.
piece of the
GM, I just sent
machine.
you a question.
Got it. It's back on Steam. Where'd you send it?
Right.
DMs. So I sent you 2 questions technically, but the last one is the more important one, I think.
Okay, all right. I have my menu. Let me check it on my phone.
Well, I do apologize for the abrupt nature of our meeting, but I am Sai Muva, and these are my companions.
Well met. I'm Lyra.
Nice to meet you, Lyra.
Nice to meet you. Blues, what did you push?
Well, I pushed the button. There was a button that needed to be pushed. Also, hi, my name is Blues. Not because like I'm a sad person or anything, but that's just because it's my name.
Right.
I punched Blues in the face.
You hurt your fist.
Probably so.
You've seen this that scene in Star Wars Episode 3 where Obi-Wan kicks Grievous?
No, it was he kicked Jango Fett.
No, he also kicked Grievous.
Yeah, because he doesn't learn.
Oh yeah, that's true. Listen, there's a reason why Obi-Wan is oftentimes on the defensive, because when he's on the offensive, he kicks metal things.
I will go over and check Lumi, just see that, basically to see if she's alive or if she's regaining consciousness at all.
She's You know, sometimes your dog just passes out and you can't wake them up. That's pretty much it. She's breathing, legs kicking a little
Okay.
bit, and just pretend she's having a good puppy dream.
Where's Nani, guys? Was Nani with us when that all went down?
No. I
Oh.
believe Nani was back at the ship, and the ship is still there.
Okay. Sounds like a side quest.
Sounds like we need to
Ah.
start
You know-
heading back.
So as you say this,
Time to start huffing it, boys.
as you say this, the there's my brain again. Captain Emmeline shows up and is standing with entourage of pretty much every pirate you've met, and her face is displaying an emotion, that's unusual, and it's relief. It's very visible, naked relief. She approaches the group, not really tending to ignore Lyra, but not really able to see anything else either. And she's like, I'm so straighten yourself up. I see you have returned to us. This is good. She's trying to maintain her regal bearing.
Good for us or good for you? Because it might be bad for you.
Question. How long did you not have contact with us?
That's a great question.
You've been gone for 3 years.
Dang nabbit. I don't even get to have 3 years of being a normal person when
We-
I'm supposed to be a
I
normal
just
person.
turns his head.
We came to pick you up as agreed, and you were gone. Your companions were quite frantic. They saw this flash and this strange this strange otherworldly singing, and then you were just gone. And we determined that it had something to do with this device. That's why we brought it back here. Did it explode when?
Yes.
Yep, it totally did. It exploded when Mr. Barr shot it.
We didn't want to open it up or study or anything because we knew it was on and something to do with you being gone, and so we have no idea what that did. But
Well, I think the
Wait a
first
second.
order of business will be getting our friend Lumi to a bunk.
Have I been singing that song for 3 years?
No. For us, it was an instant.
Yes. Yes.
from
Yes,
a
you have.
from a certain point of view,
Oh man, maybe if I've been practicing singing for 3 years, maybe I could go like pro with this. It's always
No,
been a
Amateur
dream.
no, you
class.
cannot.
It's always been a dream of mine.
and as you talk about going pro with your singing aspirations, there is very much an armadillo lizard on your foot.
Oh
Just
heck
just
yeah!
just hanging on. Came out from the undetected from the group of pirates, and yes, it is Tango.
Slayer looks down at it and is like, surprised that thing's still alive.
Hey, armadillo lizards live as long as they narratively need to, and I pick up Tango.
Yeah, Tango's now attached to your head. Doesn't
I
seem
should
to
probably
be
stop.
going to be letting go at any point in the future. So
That's completely fair. I just stopped breaking the fourth wall so much.
that's exactly how long armadillo lizards live. So you read it in a comic
well.
book.
Good grief. Oh yeah, speaking of which, do you guys remember that one comic book that was super awesome where it was like the Voltron guys?
Uh,
Yes.
That was awesome. I need to go through that comic book again.
Yes, indeed.
You're like, wait a
Well,
minute.
speaking of that,
What about my comic book collection?
Oh yeah, that probably
Speaking
is
of the
Christmas
collection,
time.
where's the crawler?
Where is? How is Anka and Nani?
Also,
Oh.
where's Scarlet?
I don't think Anchor was long for this world. His power supply was running out. Hopefully.
I just
He was attached
Mr.
to
Mover
the
just
power of the
glares
crawler.
daggers. It's like,
Mr. Barr's going, we're doing a good job at patching him in. He should have had plenty of power just off of the power from the crawler's main furnace.
Listen, you can't blame somebody for wishful thinking, okay?
So normally, I might have you roll perception, but
It's impossible.
Nani's there. She's just there. Don't know where she came from. She is taller by a smidgen. She barely grew.
Wait a second. So you've been alive for 3 years?
You're still so Nani is understandably weeping silently, but is just like doesn't know who to hug first, and her patron
I
is
look at her, open my arms up, and
prone on
say,
the
"Come
ground.
here, kid."
Yeah, she just kind of leaps and then grabs on, and then immediately kind of jumps over to Sai. She's quite a jumper now, and then just attaches herself to Blue's too. You're yeah. So it doesn't know where to go, but is just shaking with joy at this point. And you hear very
Now,
faintly, "You're back."
Nana, you've kept good care of my comic collection, right? And by that I mean you read all of them.
By now, she should have read them twice.
Hopefully.
3 years, really? Huh.
She whispers, silly, and kind of just that's about it. And then so
Wow, that's the most she's
as
talked this entire time.
well, she just appears so quietly. Someone else does not appear quietly. Is into the small clearing. So clearly, 3 years is plenty of time to work out mechanical intricacies of fusing a Steamborg with a Steamosaurus.
Oh,
And into the
no.
clearing rides.
Oh.
I say rides. Mr. Hero on the back of Anchor, who now has legs, yes, and extra arms with sharp things on them. And Mr. Hero's wearing his other two heads like a necklace, which is something like he never no, one head only, the others go in the box. And Anchor just seems to be charging you.
I slam my shield down and charge my blaster.
It's your response to everything.
I
mean,
get.
more or
would
less.
you?
I
just-
start walking out of the way.
He's charging us.
He's charging you.
Anka,
Yeah.
how's it going?
Yeah, well, with the extra arms and such, he's got enough reach now. I mean, you're all getting hugged now, and Anchor is hugging you. Take a moment to let that sink in.
It's probably just so I let my guard down.
It's like, guys, you're alive.
Uh-huh.
And Mr. Hero, it is typical, yes, they are alive, good fellow. And
Wait a second.
War Machine gives out a whoop because that's what War Machine does. And Average Joe's jolly good fellow, jolly good. He's
Wait a
not
second,
English,
Stein.
but apparently he's picked up some English mannerisms in 3 years.
Wait, Sai, if you're a vampire, are you alive?
I just turns his head again.
Yeah, but we've been over this, guys.
If you want, I've
Yes,
got
I
a wrench I
count
can
as
throw
a
at him.
living being.
I mean, fair enough.
Okay. But yes. So that accounts for most of the party.
So wait a second. What have you guys done for the last 3 years?
Where's Scarlet? Where's my crawler?
And everyone just kind of goes quiet at the where's Scarlet question. And then someone's like, "Oh yeah, your crawler's in the garage. It's okay." None of us know how it works, other than Mr. Hero, who was adamant in your robot. Can't remember her name.
Is it a stick shift? Is that why no one knows how it works?
They were very adamant that no one else
No, because they're
messed with your
all
stuff.
air shippers and none of them know steam crawlers. That's the reason why.
So it's pretty much just been like the apartment for your companions to be living in this whole time. And Anchor's like, "Well, I got legs
I can see that.
and a power source. And Miss Scarlet's gone."
like she left, or she's like gone.
This is what I'm trying to work around.
I mean, if you want to just say it's ambiguous, that's fine. You can just say that, Anchor. You can just say that you guys lost her in the last 3 years.
Oh, we
Or she
didn't
was
lose her.
misplaced. Well, then what did you do?
Miss Hayes.
Misplaced?
This is Mr. Hero. Speak up. Miss Hayes was trying to find a solution to bring you back.
Hmm.
Not seen her in some time. Also, yeah, Captain, do you wish to tell them the bad news? Besides the loss of our companion, the bad news is the world at large. And the captain, who's very much just got herself under control now, but there's like a slight tremble still. She says, "Right. Remember that ship that you fought, Dusty Hollow?
Yes, I
Mhm.
remember it quite well.
Came back with friends. And they have most of the major cities under lockdown. People have taken to calling them the Black Eyes because they're like black eyes in the sky. Our ships they aren't very effective against them. We're still trying to figure out how to capture some of their tech to maybe stand a chance for it's been a losing war so far, and I'm not used to things being so one-sided. But
Well,
yeah, you can't. We got to figure things out because I imagine you're going to want to poke around, but it's dangerous out there. We're only kept the camp because of my magics. It's been hugely tasking, and we've lost people along the way. And she gets really quiet at this and kind of holds a hand to a pocket of her jacket briefly. You don't know what she's grabbing there, but she does this briefly and then lets go. This has just left the building.
well. So we have. Okay. We've got our backs against the wall, a gun basically to our head,
Gun to the head of
and
the whole damn country.
backs to the wall, gun to our head, and we're just needing of something to level the playing.
Mr. Barr thinks back to the time that he collect the back of the airship with his naval cannon, and it did nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
Going, I'm gonna need a bigger gun.
well, from what I can tell, we have them right where we want.
Mr. Barr, would you roll 2d6 with it's wisdom for remembering something. So yeah, with wisdom.
Okay, so a 5, a 4, and -1 is gonna be 8.
All right. You recall that you had collected pieces from one of the robo riders on the crawler. And they just told you that no one was allowed to go poking around the crawler.
Well, I'm gonna go poking around my crawler. See you guys.
So do you take off?
Yes.
Do you kind of squirm out of Anchor's robotic grip? And you feel a tug as Nani's like grabbed onto your shirt. And she's like, don't disappear. Don't disappear.
You know, kid, how about you come with me and I won't disappear from you.
She's gonna lift up she's gonna lift up Lumi. Lumi's not very big and she's an animal girl. They got strength. We'll go with that.
Fair enough.
And so Lyra, what are you thinking? No, it's hard to integrate, but I'm trying.
I'm just
Okay.
kind of watching all of these people who I don't know very well and reuniting with these people who I am now just meeting and trying to wrap my head around everything that is happening, including what some of these things that are happening, like for instance, Bar and Blues pointing weapons at people.
They do that all the time. I guess you wouldn't know that.
Yeah, that's not uncommon. So, one of Blues's arms is like a I guess convertible Tesla coil, basically.
No, you don't have that yet. Remember? You're still missing
Oh,
your
I
arm.
don't.
Yeah, you still have a replacement arm. You have a gun,
Oh,
and you have a
right.
bigger
Well,
gun.
but I know I
No, you
was
don't
able
have
to
your
charge
bigger
up my
gun. That was on
blast.
the crawler. But yeah,
Oh,
you
I
have
know I was able to charge up my blast.
yeah, but you have the pistol that Danforth gave you. And you left the bigger gun on the
Okay,
crawler. Yeah.
gotcha. So I have a pistol that can charge up like a plasma pistol, one might say.
So
Um,
Emmeline's gonna turn to Lyra, says, "We're a little short on people with medical knowledge. Would you mind?" And she's like, one's a robot, one's a vampire, and the two that probably are the easiest to check on are just left. But would you do your best?
I will, yes, I will do what I can to check them out.
They're rowdy, but I don't
uh-huh.
think they've changed much since the last time I've seen them. And she kind of
Well, that was the end of your list? That's a really unimpressive resume for us.
trying to keep you in a positive light. And she kind of gives this half smile.
I'm surprised you're even trying. That sounds like an uphill battle to me. Let's see, I've dropped a building on some guys. I've been in more wars than I care to count. Probably more than I can count to, actually.
She's like,
Let's see. There's probably some other horrible things I've done.
she's like, this is your second war, Blues.
Wars and battles are two different things.
Yeah, you said you've been in
I've
more
been
wars than you can count. This is two, Blues. It's just two.
okay, fine.
I can
I
only count to
mean,
one.
I mean,
That
narrator,
would explain
if the shoe
weird.
fits.
Listen, I've been singing the same song for 3 years. Give me a break.
It was
those
seconds.
but you know what?
Almost a minute.
Those 3 minutes he was singing felt like a lifetime.
Oh, I'm never gonna be able to understand the lyrics I sang, but they will forever haunt my memory.
Let's just leave them there as a memory.
So Anchor finally lets go, and then like being completely unable to help himself, pats Blues on the head, says, "Guess I'm the big brother now."
I swear to God. And I kick him in the shin, and it doesn't hurt my foot.
It
Because I'm
clangs.
also a robot.
It clangs hollowly.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, now we have.
That was the first. I'm the oldest.
So, Captain, do we know
Yes.
where the home port of these ships are yet, or
The
are
home
we,
port. No.
or at
We don't.
least
We don't.
their port here?
We. And she's struggling with the words. She's like, we tried to send someone in to find out, but they didn't make it. And they we haven't had much luck. It's been a losing battle. I just went trying to see. Actually, courted the idea of appealing to one of those foul creatures I've ever known to exist.
A cat?
Hey, you leave my cat Fang out of this, Blues.
The most dark and vile of creatures. Cats.
Quick
Fang,
fourth wall
Fang,
break.
Fang is very clean.
Isn't Lumi a cat?
Kind of.
Yes, it's a cat person.
I mean, yeah, but also Lumi's not here right now, so she can't defend herself, so perfect time to rag on cats.
It is currently a dog, so.
Exactly. I'm just appealing to the dog side.
um,
Good grief.
there's
So
so much.
then-
There's so much. There's just so much to catch you up on. I don't know where to begin, but first we will see. Make sure you're all functional. I suppose. Our friend Lyra here you could convey her to your crawler, and please be patient and submit to exams. Like I said, we lost our doctor,
Oh.
and
Did you check underneath the couch cushions?
we haven't. I mean, we could have pulled a doctor from elsewhere, but here in the camp, like it didn't seem necessary. But we don't send the wounded here.
Not that type of lost the doctor, Katrin.
She's just used to blues being blues, but she's like still hiding the fact she's really happy to see you all alive. But there's some sadness in there too. She's like thinking about all she's got to catch you up on, everything that's happened for years. Yet also like this is a good moment. I don't want it to just crush them with the hopelessness of the situation.
And am I able to kind of like read that from her face at all?
I do believe. Consult your sheet. I do believe you have a relevant.
A relevant
It's the
feat?
only sheet I don't have open. Funny.
Bum bum bum.
I forgot I wear my sunglasses tonight.
Oh yeah, well you had Soldier's Bond, which I guess it's not necessary, but no, I mean it stands up. You've known her long enough. I don't know why I was making a deal out of this. You've known her long enough that you're definitely know that she's holding back a lot. Like you haven't seen her this shaken since the basically the end of the Purge War when all the bad stuff happened. It's just like
Gotcha.
she's overwhelmed, and you can tell.
Blues will walk up and put his well, let me rephrase that. He will attempt to put his hand on her shoulder and then realize he's too short, and then will not do that. But he will still look up to her and say, "Listen, war is the same, or you win wars the same way you win it since what 200 years ago. Is it the same as today? You're just one battle at a time."
Yeah, one we would like to win one battle, yes.
Listen, we're back. How hard could that be? Don't answer that.
Well, considering the airships that we're dealing with, I couldn't even find a way inside of.
The armor's too thick from the outside. I'll have to kill it from the inside. The armor's the same thickness on. You idiot. Sorry. I just think of that scene with Drax.
I mean, everyone should be thinking of a scene with Drax. If I move really slowly. Oh man.
Can't see me. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
such a great actor. He killed it.
So, Anchor's going to lead the way to the crawler. At this point, the pirates,
As
Emmeline is kind of, as much as I will plan something to celebrate, but I just got back myself and still coordinating. I wasn't even gone that long, and all hell broke loose. And I'll catch up with you guys in a bit, but you need to be checked out. I'm sure I'd like to make sure that I don't know what happened to Miss Hayes.
Give me a second. I can save you some time. Lan, do a diagnostic check.
Lan's asleep.
Dang it, Lan.
Your system clock is flashing 12.
Okay, fine. You'll have to do the diagnostic the old-fashioned way. My sprite's asleep. Hey, listen here, you.
I step aside a little bit, and I don't know if the would the rest of them be able to overhear me or no.
Not if you're not wanting to be overheard.
Okay, so I step aside and kind of ask Emmeline in a low voice the question I just messaged you.
Yes. Yes. Emmeline wilts a little bit, but she says under her breath, which I should be doing this in server chat things. That's handy for notes instead of that.
Oh, should I have been asking these questions somewhere else?
It would just keeps it all straight here.
No, your cat was moving around for a bit there. I think
I mean, you can't see her, but my cat's been moving around a lot over here.
My cat's probably sleeping on my couch in a different room.
Although oh, there she is. Hi. She says hi back.
I didn't know that was physically possible for cats.
What?
The cat saying hi back.
Oh, she said hi in cat, but she went when she talks. She talks a lot. Like we talk to her, she talks back. We have whole conversations with this cat.
No, that 100% is yes. I know what you're talking about.
She is the chattiest cat I have ever met, and our old cat used to talk on the phone, so that says something.
That's crazy.
I used to put the phone on speaker, and she would talk to my spouse over the phone. And like my spouse would talk and she would talk back. So she would talk on the phone.
That's a talkative cat.
Yeah. And Trinket's even chattier.
That's crazy.
She's also orange. So we blame everything on her being orange. Everything.
As you should.
Like that.
Listen,
I think I sent that comic about everyone says black cats are the devil. That's just not true. They're really sweet. Everyone knows it's the gingers.
Listen, if you roll a natural 2, you can blame it on your cat being orange.
By the way, as a side note, the name of my other companion was Scrapbert.
There we go, Scrapbert.
Scrapbert, yeah.
I had to go through my origins channel, and then I realized it's a pinned comment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a stupid pinned comment.
All right, so let's go do all the diagnostic and whatnot because apparently that's important for some people. And then afterwards, let's talk tactics.
Tactics, yes. You go. I will be with you. I'll be with you in a bit. She's not being dismissive, but she's still very shaken and happy to see you alive, but just dealing with a lot.
For sure. All right, so you're the doctor, right?
I glance up and am like distracted, and then I blink and I go, "Sorry, are you talking to me?"
Yes. What was your name again?
Lyra.
Lyra. Okay. So I don't know how much this is going to be weird, but I basically only have a brain and eyeballs left. So there's not a whole lot of doctoring to check up on my side of things. So I can go last. That's fine.
I just stare at you for a a long while, and then finally, I I see. I kind of glance at Emmeline and look kind of lost, like I'm not sure what to do with that knowledge.
See, well, this was what 300 years ago, I think now, maybe more. Anyways, my original body, I guess technically is still anyways, the original of all of my body was very sick and I was probably going to die soon, and so there was some experiments that were going on at the time that was basically implanting people into robots, or I guess. Yeah, giving them robot bodies. That's all great and all, until it turns out that I don't know if it was a bug. That's not true. I know it wasn't a bug. Anyways, that's all great and wonderful until it turns out that it was a mass scheme. Anyways, so most robots or most Steam Borgs you should be worried about. I'm fine. You don't gotta worry about me. Um, and it's fine. It's
Well,
cool.
now that you know where Anchor is, there's only two others unaccounted for. So
True. True. Yeah, so like him.
Look,
You've been around with Anchor for the last 3 years. He's the same way.
I've only been here a short. I I just got here. I
Wait a second. So then you're the rookie?
I what?
You know the rookie.
do I need to roll to see if Mr. Barr has gotten lost on his way to the crawler?
Well, you had Nani with you, and like you went to like you were going towards a building that clearly couldn't have held your crawler. She just grabs or I guess her arms are full, but she kind of nudges you and points towards what's clearly was built for the crawler, the garage on the edge of camp, which the big the big door has been thrown halfway up. You know, tall enough to more than tall enough for Anchor to slip out of. So clearly, it was thrown up with some enthusiasm. And as you get into the building, I mean, there's your crawler looking. You know, there's a rust spot that you don't quite remember. You know, but it's more or less the same as last time you saw it on the outside, anyway.
Home sweet home.
Indeed. And
Wonder what happened there. That has to be a story.
You hear a mechanical screech as Scrapbert comes barreling down out of the crawler and just knocks you over. Just not being gentle and is a robot. So
It's like the booby trap door all over again.
Oh my gosh.
and you know right
You have
before
to roll for Constitution.
you'll know right before you're impacted that the rather crude legs Scrapbert had are no longer crude. They're a lot more sophisticated, and they are just covered with engravings, as is the rest of Scrapbert's chassis. And yeah, go ahead, roll for a Constitution. Don't fail too horribly.
I have to re-roll that because they fell in my lap in an odd directions.
In
So
other
it's like,
words, it was a natural 2.
nope. And I wish I had. And I wish it's a 3.
Oh.
3
Oh
plus
no.
1 Constitution.
That's a 4. That's nothing.
Number 2.
So you're sent
I still
sprawling.
got whacked by a 2.
You're sent
Got
sprawling.
whacked by the door that hit me last time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, you I just rolled. I could have rolled worse, I suppose, but you take 5 points of damage as you hit your head on the ground. Scrappert's really happy to see you. They're trying to hurt you, but you get a sense like they were told to stay. They really didn't want to stay. You're definitely like it's taking some adjustment because like where before Scrapbert had rust in places and patches and such, like her chassis is now more seamless and there's no rust anywhere. She's practically gleaming. Like a
Plus,
lot,
you
You
got 3
Scrappy?
years.
like a real labor of love, you might say, has been gone into improving her appearance.
That you, Scrappy?
Yeah, yes, boss. Is that you?
Ow.
Yeah, that I think.
Good to see you too.
Oh, I'm sorry. And she kind of freezes for a moment.
New legs, huh?
Yes, new legs, new.
Haven't quite got used to them, right? We'll have
Yes,
to calibrate
yes, that's
those to
it.
dial them in.
I clearly need the calibration, and this just. I don't know why there's oil leaking from my orbital sockets, but
Gross.
instead of tears, it's oil, you know.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Crying robot. Hey,
This-
Rosie the robot could cry. That's my justification.
What?
Hey, Rosie the robot from Jetsons.
But also it's like black tears and like that's weird.
Liz would cry black
Black
tears.
Black is it's only black tears if the oil's not clean.
True.
If it's clean oil, it's
Brown.
golden tears.
Yeah, it's fair.
Golden or
Well,
red or some synthetics are green, so
synthetic oils are weird. Although I did actually switch over to royal purple before my car died,
mm.
and that did wonders for that car. That was really nice.
Back to the scene.
Managing
Yep.
side things. So Scrapbert helps you to your feet. Says, Miss Scarlet is responsible, which is kind of obvious from all the engravings. You've seen Scarlet like to embellish on things. And there's always this kind of like she wanted to with Scrapbert, but you're like, no, Scrapbert's fine, perfectly functional. Don't need to do anything there, kind of thing. So,
I see she kept herself busy. I hear she's off trying to figure out what happened to me.
yes, she just left us. We didn't even know till we found the note next day. Sorry, boss. I tried to keep an eye on her. And Mr. Hero kept an eye on her, and Nani was practically glued to her hip, and she still disappeared on us.
Not
Nani's
surprised.
shoulders
She
kind of
gets a
slump next to you, and before she kind of bustles off into the crawler to tuck Gloomy away.
I'm honestly not surprised. When she gets something in her head, it happens.
That was 6 months ago.
Wait, so she waited for 2.5 years, and then at the last half a year said, "Well, I'm done waiting."
Well, you aren't
You're
there.
not
I
involved
can't
in this
respond to
conversation yet.
I know, but I'm just like, it's kind of funny, the irony. If you just waited a little bit longer.
Isn't that how it always is, though? Right? Just a little bit more
Yeah,
patient.
for real. Yeah, for real.
You know, like when you finally break down and buy that game, the next day it goes on sale. It's like, come on.
What? That's
I was
never
gonna say it's like you
When you
can't.
leave, that door is going to open.
Wow, if there's a door and bars involved, he should just leave.
Yeah.
It's like I'm going to go through the
Yeah.
wall instead. I still also think about Ruby trying to catch Bar, and then in the last moment she got a whiz save. It's like, actually, this isn't a good idea. Steps aside.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
classic.
like all the rolls were great except the one, and then she got a whiz save to save her from that.
No, she did not get the wisdom save.
No, that's right. You guys
I
crashed
crashed on
together.
her.
That's right. That was the
You
failure.
rolled to
That was
see
the
if she.
yeah. You sailed perfectly from the other building. It was like the last moment. Oh wait, this isn't a good idea. Smash.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I walked back in at that moment.
It's like there would have been less damage if she hadn't tried to catch you. But
I still need to go back and listen to that.
so as you're talking to Scrapbird, the rest of the party, they're making their way back to the crawler. They're being led by Anchor, who's, I mean, you know, they're hiding their relief of seeing you behind this. They're, you know, being smug. You know, look, I'm so much taller than you now. Hey, you want to ride, little bro? And
No, I don't want one.
it's like, oh,
was,
and I cast a pretty big shadow too. Kind of turns
know,
to cast a nice large shadow over Sai.
yep, taller they are, the harder they fall.
You're just jealous you didn't get here first. You said you wanted to ride the Stegosaur as well. I don't mind.
Okay, to clarify, I wanted it as a pet. I wanted it as a pet, and you would make the worst pet, so I don't want it anymore. And I fold my arms.
Yeah, I'm not house trained.
You never were.
Mr. Hero, for some reason, he's holding up his 3 heads. And if you listen carefully, they are talking at a very low volume, but a very fast speed.
What's up with you having 3 heads out and about there, buddy?
He doesn't initially recognize you're speaking to him.
I don't know which one to address.
But you guys will be making your way to the crawler and come upon Mr. Barr reuniting with his mechanical
Oh, wait a
companion.
second. Wait a second. I know how to address them when all 3 heads are out. Average war hero. There you go.
Average war hero.
Uh-huh. This is Mr. Hero, Average Joe, and War Machine. So you're Average War Hero.
Yeah, I like that.
Or it could be Mr. Joe Machine.
Mr. Joe Machine. Alright, that's pretty
I
good.
like
Yeah,
that too.
I think you win.
I
Gosh.
mean, if I might submit, why not use both at different times?
Oh my
Use one
god.
now and keep the other in your back pocket for later.
That's golden.
That's a good thing to have your that's a nice I love to make notes like that in my record sheet, by the way.
Yep.
It's nonsense.
All right.
How are you doing, Bulldog? No, you're not playing, but you're there, and I want to make sure you're having an okay time.
And you are muted, if you had forgotten. Maybe she fell asleep.
No, I'm here.
Oh.
I'm here. I forgot I muted myself. I'm enjoying myself listening.
Okay, so
Listen, Arrow, Bulldog isn't you and doesn't accidentally leave her mic muted for an entire day.
I have done that.
Oh gosh. Yeah, once I actually get my car out of the shop, I definitely want to go down there and visit you guys at some point. It's just, been really complicated because cars and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll get to fun stories of where we're all at after the session. How's that?
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, we're all gathered back up.
I think we were
you're-
supposed to get medical exams.
yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm distracting him.
Oh, that's fine.
But I
As if
succeeded
we
my
don't.
first roll of the game. So,
Excellent.
Ooh.
yay.
Yay. Secrets. Don't worry about them. If you don't know, can't hurt you. Or can it?
No, but it can kill us.
I mean, you guys can kill yourselves too. Just it happens.
No. We don't kill ourselves. We kill each other.
I mean,
With
Blues blew
laughter.
up a thing, so
Yep.
anything goes.
Well, now wait a second.
Wait a
Bar
minute.
blew up the
I need-
thing, and I helped.
By the way, Mr. Mover, I need a 2d6 with dex roll from you.
Uh-oh.
Wait a second. When we blew up the thing, did something hit his head?
So I want to find out.
Yay. So
Domo arigato.
7 plus 2. So 7 plus 2, so 9.
Okay.
Oh no, it's a big success.
So, like, yeah, nothing hit you that hurt, but there is something stuck to the back of your head. It's like a greasy bundle of scrap. You didn't really notice it in all the excitement. I rolled a 12, or an 11 rather.
Ah.
Gross.
Good grief.
Sounds
Would
about
not-
right.
Yeah. Would not be one of our sessions without that.
Yeah. So I got to see the tradition lived. I rolled
It's
11.
usually
Yep.
combat.
Let's see if he beats my 11.
Now, I have
He was
I
in
have a-
combat with that machine.
good grief. I have a question. When are we able to get Sai a full-on helmet, like preferably gladiator style helmet?
Singing like samurai style, but
Yeah, it's probably better for him.
with the face mask and everything. I mean, you can't. It can't be the Shredder's helmet. I'm sorry. That's mine. I would be offended.
Uh-huh, sure.
I wouldn't be offended at all, but
Cool. So it can't be the Shredder helmet. Good thing that we got him the Super Shredder helmet.
with extra sharp things to poke himself on.
Exactly. By the
So
way,
proud.
Super Shredder looks so cool.
Anywho.
Yeah, fair
So I
enough.
just taps the back of his head, looks at it. Well, Mr. Barr,
Bar.
Mr. Barr, you've done it once again. Can you go
Mr. Barr is ignoring
5
this.
minutes? 5 minutes without sending some form of projectile at my head.
Hey, don't give Bar all the credit for that.
Yeah,
You
everyone's hit.
weren't the one that shot it.
Everyone's hit you in the head
I
at some
hope.
point. You still have that scar from the shark tooth.
If I remember correctly, that was Mr. Barr's fault.
That was Lumi's
Also,
fault.
I'm also pretty sure that we threw like a Molotov cocktail and it hit your head. Right? No,
No, that
I
was
threw
a
a wrench and
wrench.
it hit his head.
Yeah, the
Right,
wrench.
And that was Mr. Barr.
Yeah, that was Mr. Barr.
Yeah. Right. But we broke a window when one of the glass pieces hit
Yep.
your head. That's what it was.
Yeah, the Molotov didn't hit him. The glass did.
Yeah.
Sai
Some
Mover's
nonsense.
head have a glowing target on it or something?
Pretty much.
Apparently.
It happened often enough to become a thing.
Let me put it to you this way. Someone casted Hunter Mark on his head and forgot to pull it off at any point in time.
Rip.
And they just keep recasting it.
Someone's got good concentration there.
Listen, it's the Comedy Ranger, okay?
Oh, I see.
He can bend the rules of casting magic if it's funny enough.
It's like the rule of cool, except the rule of
Funny?
comedy.
Yeah.
Dude, I would 100% love to play a character like that, but no DM would ever agree to that in their right mind.
So you go in, or Scrapbert, upon seeing everyone there, pulls a device out of their satchel that Scrapbert carries and clicks a button, and it's a remote trigger for the crawler door. She didn't have before.
Ooh,
So remember,
fancy.
Scrapbert's job was kind of like basically open the doors and do small maintenance tasks.
And operate the crawler whenever Bar or Scarlet weren't around to do it.
Yeah, drive the crawler. So the crawler door opens, and I'm going to describe that as soon as I finish this sentence.
That pretty much describes it.
Um, the inside of the crawler, there's clothing lines attached to the Cauldron Born on the inside, and it's very much a lived-in space, as it's been occupied by Nani and Tango, and Mr. Hero and Scarlet, and but like there's very clearly a path between the Cauldron Born and the door. It's not blocked off at all. And last time you saw the Cauldron Born, it was a little worse for wear, as it suffered some from its battle with the mechanical steam-powered dinosaur. That damage is gone, like it never happened. And much like Scrapbird, it's gleaming in a way that you never bothered to polish it to. And you immediately feel the presence of the steam sprite, Mr. Bar.
Right.
Sprite. What did we call it?
Let me check my notes real quick.
Zlan is a sprite.
Wisp.
It's Wisp. That's it. The Wisp.
Lan and Met are both wisps.
Oh, that's right. We did call it Met. I love Mets.
So it is. You feel its presence. It's upset with you, basically.
All that hard work.
Yeah. It's a little cranky. If it could talk, it would be speaking words.
I'm sorry, Sparkle Butt, but existential circumstances.
I forgot that's what you called it.
It seems that moron over there at Puna Blues pushed the wrong button.
There was only one button to press. I didn't press the wrong one. I pressed the one that was available.
And it was the wrong choice.
Bar's just upset that he didn't get to press the button.
Have you considered that I gave all of us a 3-year vacation?
No, you did not.
They had to listen to your singing the entire time.
You gave us
I throw a wrench at
a
his chest.
3-minute vacation. That to everyone else was 3 years.
Yeah,
I would have
actually,
rather taken a nap.
Mr. Barr is definitely having a hard time processing everything, but is both at a loss and at that one little spot of some of the blues asking if he had considered that he's just taken a vacation, throws a wrench at his chest.
Well, roll me an attack.
Probably fall under Dex, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
what's
it's just
Dex?
gonna merge into the nearest shadow.
Okay,
The
my
nearest shadow's being cast by
attack.
Anchor, so he's happy.
Okay, that's where he's going.
Okay, so do I roll the damage die or just 2d6?
No, it's just
No, just the
2d6 to
2d6
see
see
if
if it hits.
That's an 8.
All right. Do you try to dodge? Lose.
No. No, I totally deserve what's coming to me.
Okay, I need to. All right.
And also, I have a shield.
Yeah,
And
but
also, I have an
Now we're
armor
going to
of
see if that
3.
is actually working.
you just sort of
Remember, land is offline.
Also, your shield was on the crawler. All because there wasn't going to be any
Oh,
combat
yeah.
in the hall, so you didn't need. You wanted the extra hand for loot.
Oh, yeah. That was a mistake.
So it's a wrench. It does 2 points of damage. It's just clings off your chassis. Doesn't
Wait a
even leave a
second.
mark.
Wow.
So, how does armor work in this game?
Right.
It's been a minute.
Because you have armor.
I have 3 armor because I'm a Steamborg.
Yeah, so it doesn't do any damage to you. It just makes a clanging
Perfect.
sound. Clang.
And then I way overreact. I'm like, oh, the humanity! As I
like,
fall down.
It was so inconsequential. It didn't even hurt your feelings.
No, 100% didn't. But I still way overreact like he just killed me.
Nani does her silent laughing thing. She's reappeared again. If anything, she's like more shadow-like than Mover now.
Good grief.
Speaking of, Sai just steps out of the shadow. Okay. Had to take measures so it didn't hit my head. So I didn't get hit in the head for the
Is the
second
wrench still in
time.
the air?
No, we're not gonna go for a ricochet. Although that would be.
Wait a
You
second.
would have waited till it stopped moving.
By the way, when
Wait a
you're doing
second.
your dramatic "oh you killed me" thing, Tango was pantomiming, so
Beautiful.
but it's still very
I
much
have-
attached to your head.
I have a question.
Anyone?
Well, I have several, but can we please give Psy Mover his own version of Mjolnir, but he like never actually catches it?
Like it's too powerful not to use, but you're gonna catch it in the face.
That's Thor's hammer, by the way.
Is that what they call it? Sorry.
I mean, I hope so.
I'm more awake by the second. I'm disappointed that it's Saturday the 13th.
It's Saturday. Hallelujah, ha cha cha.
You ever see that meme that it's Jason Voorhees and he's pulled the calendar and says Saturday the 13th? Just looks sad.
That's good. That's good. Well, it was I think it was like last year there was October the 13th, and
Yeah.
we watched this awesome horror movie called Blood Vessel. Everyone should watch it. It's such a great movie.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not convinced at all. Is it
No,
just
it's.
just a
Let
boat
me
full
put
of
it
I'm more
blood?
convinced to not watch it.
Let me put it to you this way: it wasn't bad enough to riff tracks it, but it wasn't good enough to be enjoyable. It was the worst type of movie. Period.
Couldn't even make fun of it. It was so bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, this is
Seen a
that's the
couple
best
of
way to put
those.
it. It is set in World War II. Some allies found an abandoned Nazi ship, and the reason why it was abandoned is because there were vampires on the boat that the Nazis were trying to experiment on. That's a great premise. It is a dumb movie.
Sounds like they wanted it to be a blood rain film, but then couldn't get the rights. So they tried to make. Apparently,
Oh,
it's
maybe.
snowing. And 17 degrees. Holy moly!
Oh
It was
yeah.
snowing last night. What are
There-
you talking about?
Well, there was snow when I let the
Mhm.
dogs out, but it wasn't actively snowing. It's currently active snowing.
Mm.
So
Well,
I am missing all the winter weather this year, and I hate it.
you're missing it. I'm surprised.
No, I like the snow.
plus, you
I
got,
like the cold.
plus you got a Bronco.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You Minecraft. You always live in the snow. So
anyway.
all that aside, you're at the crawler. It's been opened up, and you're supposed to be inspected for harm or any other weird side effects.
Okay.
I'm going inside the crawler to investigate to check the readiness of the vehicle.
I'm gonna check my. Well, like I said, it's gleaming. It's been oiled recently, actually, and closer once your eyes adjust to the dimmer light inside. It's also covered in intricate engravings. Like it's a work of art now.
I'm going to have to model all those details now. Thank you for that.
Oh no.
One might think he did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just an unforeseen side effect. Who can say?
Side effect.
Side effect. Yeah, we'll go with that. At any rate,
No, that's when you have
I
to
had
model
a-
all the shadowing.
I head over to the boilers to see what status they're in.
Okay, so Bart, when Emily said medical checkup, she didn't mean mechanical checkup. I know that's hard for you to tell the difference.
Bar had
sometimes.
already walked off. Bar's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
that's
gotta go
true.
check on my paddle pack.
Well, he did just throw a wrench at me, so
Yeah.
I figured we were in the same area.
Yeah, you are now. But when
Yeah, you are now. But when
you
Emmeline,
talked about
yeah, when
I mean, I
Emmeline,
still would say that.
Yeah.
He didn't hear anything about a medical checkup.
he'd
but,
still would say,
you know,
hey,
to him, it's the same thing.
medical checkup, not mechanical checkup.
Exactly.
Although in your case, it's kind of the same difference, isn't it?
I mean,
What's
yeah.
the difference?
Corporate needs you to find the difference between these two pictures.
They're the same. So, Mr. Hero dismounts, and the extra heads are now back to. You notice, like, they aren't hanging loosely; like they're fixed in place.
Hmm.
They're on a bit of a rope, but they also like they're magnetically, so they don't clang around against each other.
Right.
And
Because the last thing he needs is more brain damage.
Hey.
from out of the cosmos, Average Joe says, "Hey, I heard that." But Mr. Hero's gonna go inside with Mr. Barr and quietly says, we've done our best to effect repairs, and as far as we could tell, everything's ship shape, but the Wisp doesn't speak to us.
Well, it sounds like the Wisp isn't speaking to me right now either, so I'm gonna take a little bit
You have a
to
mental
work on that
image.
one.
You know, in Peter Pan, when Tinkerbell does the whole crossed arms thing, kind of like that.
Was Lan able to talk to the Wisp at all?
I don't know if you tried. No.
I think we did.
I
But
don't
also,
remember.
Lan is asleep right now. I'm
I don't
pretty.
have any notes on that one way or the other.
If I
It makes
remember
sense. It makes
correctly,
sense.
when Lan tried to talk to it, like he was able to, but he was like, it's like talking to a pet, like so, or like a toddler, to where it's like you can kind of get what they're saying, but like no like direct words are said to him.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, we never. It's coming back to me now, and I almost slipped a thing that you wouldn't know. So there. Yeah, I'm glad you remembered. Maybe explore
Oh, I
that later
shouldn't have
down the
said
line.
anything.
Maybe explore that more later down the line.
So what was that thing I wasn't supposed to know?
I'll have to find out.
Ugh,
That spy
GM.
mover is actually your dad.
Well, I searched my feelings. I knew it to be true.
And Mover's like your adopted dad now, so.
Oh, we
Uh-oh.
lost one.
Oh.
We lost the dock.
Dag, now
Don't mess
this is
with
the
Doc.
second doctor session.
I'm gonna use the restroom. Why don't we take a moment, take 5 minutes? It's 8:46 now, so we got
Sounds like a plan.
we got started at 7. I think that works for restroom break. Daisy, I gotta get up.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, we're just gonna take a 5-minute break so we can evacuate bowels and all that. Be right back. I don't know why I put it that way.
Yeah, well, it's because that's what he needed to do. I'll be back.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My internet just went out, so I had to reconnect on my phone.
Okay. Yeah, we're taking about 5-minute break and then we'll be back.
Okay. In that case, I will be right back too.
Okay, Arrow has returned. Bar has returned. So Bulldog.
Yes.
Are you getting a feel for how this type of gaming goes?
Yes, I am. I'm getting kind of confused in the transitions a little bit, but I'm in general capturing everything that's happening.
Mm-hmm. Doing better than I am.
Okay.
So when you're rolling the dice, that's like a turning point, or like
Yeah, whenever we're rolling the dice, that is to determine the outcome of an action or determine if there's there's some type of intuition or if we're able to do something.
Yeah, I don't.
okay. That's I think
So it's like
there's a random
I
chance
threw a wrench.
needed.
I rolled to threw my wrench. I rolled to attack to see if I actually hit my mark.
Yeah, it's like
okay.
a random chance is needed.
Okay. And you'll always be cued like you were to roll?
Mm-hmm. It's like I keep my dice in my hand. Well,
Okay.
not in my hand, but I keep it at hand.
Yeah, close by.
Yeah, sheep
Gotcha.
dice.
The
And like,
GM will the GM will
I
tell
have-
you when you need to roll and what you need to roll.
Mm-hmm.
okay, and you always have 2 dice or 1 die?
Yeah, 2d6 for this game. It's on a
It's
bell
good to
curve.
have. Yeah. It's good to have 2d6, at least 2d6.
Okay.
Preferable to have 4d6.
By
So
the
you
way,
can-
D6 is a 6-sided dice.
Yes. Got that. Okay.
So 4d6, that's your primary dice, and then your backup dice in case your primary dice decide to be wonky.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'll have to purchase some dice then, because I don't own any.
You
You
can also
don't have
find dice
Monopoly?
rollers online. You can just
We have one on
Google
the,
a dice roller
we have one on the
Oh,
server.
okay.
if you don't own dice.
Good
We
to
have
know.
a dice roller built into this server.
Oh.
tar
Good
2d6, right? Yeah.
Good to
Mhm.
know.
That's correct. We just don't really like using the dice stage too much.
Oh.
At least not in session.
Unless I'm trying to make people nervous.
Plus, dice are pretty.
Exactly.
That
But then
is-
again,
They
as
make
I said,
fun
I am a
sounds.
dice goblin,
They make
so
fun sounds.
Yeah.
All right, Daisy
Okay.
wants out. I gotta let her out
Yeah,
the living room,
and
then I'll be right back to get going. So
there are other types of dice that may end up getting rolled along the way, like
You'll
as
have
an
a
example,
damage die.
yeah, you'll roll for damage, and in my case, it's a D4, 4-sided dice, and a D12.
Okay.
I have a D8
I have a
for my
D8.
damage dice.
Okay. And obviously, my character won't be the unknown. I just put it that because I didn't have a character yet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah. We'll get you set up with a character.
Yeah. Then, so can you guys all review what you are and like your character, just so that I can have it in my mind when I'm getting mine set up?
It's probably good for the other person that's watching the stream. Hi, people.
That's true.
It's me and someone else. I don't know who else is watching.
Mm. Well, anyway, would you guys all mind just like a really brief, like, I am this? I don't know. Sorry,
Okay, so
because I'm new.
I'll start off. Phil Barr is probably the most normal person in the crew.
Okay.
Normal in terms of appearance.
Okay, so yeah,
Sorry.
as opposed to everyone else, Mr. Barr is kind of an average-looking human. Kind of an average-looking fellow. Nothing particularly striking, nothing particularly ugly. Not just kind of average Joe type of guy.
Okay.
Average. Yeah, no. Yeah. Any rate, I'm also a bit of an engineer, and I've
Really?
got a giant robot that I can pilot.
A mech.
Okay.
A robot is autonomous.
Giant mech.
Okay, Matt.
Yeah.
It's just like Blues is technically isn't a robot either. He's a cyborg. Well, Steamborg, but
Okay.
these distinctions are important because we have all of the things in this game.
We
Scrapper's a
have
robot.
everything.
Scrapper's a
Okay.
robot.
Okay, does
Mr.
Mr.
Mover,
Mover wish to describe his character?
So, Sly Mover, we talked a little bit about him
Yes. But
last night, but in terms of appearance, the skin that you can see part of his face. He has his mouth covered with a mask.
okay.
Kind of more of like a scarf type mask where it's just he can put it over and then pull it off and it's part of his gear.
Got it.
But he looked, let's see, he has, gotta remind myself a little bit. He is slightly pale.
Okay. That makes
He
sense.
has pale eyes and he has brown hair.
Okay.
Other than that, he mostly wears a dark blue. Dark blue, loose-fitting clothing that's eh, that helps disrupt the appearance of the human form a little bit. Other than that, he has a dyed dark blue leather chest rig.
Not human form. Originally, you were an elf.
Originally, I was no, I was a human.
No, vampire elf. I remember very clearly. Because you want to be like a
It says
vampire.
on my. I'm literally looking at my
Really?
sheet.
Okay. See, this is how my memory is full of holes.
It's been a while.
Okay, yeah,
Nah,
rebirth vampire human. What's the vampire elf? Oh yeah, they never actually fully. Okay, I won't dive into that then. My brain doesn't want to think about that person. Anyway,
That's
that
fair.
character.
So, yeah, that's. And on his back, you would see a lever action rifle and a wakizashi.
A what?
Oh, here, wait, give me 1 second. I'll show you what a wakizashi is.
Okay, thank you.
Don't
I'm like, I'm not
don't
sure if I'm
don't
familiar with that.
swing it.
Don't swing it. Don't. We don't want a repeat of last time.
Listen,
Okay.
just because I had one go through my leg doesn't mean anything. Anyways, this is the Wakizashi.
Oh, okay.
Dagnabbit, I unplugged my headset.
We can
One
hear you.
second.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
That doesn't mean he can hear us, though.
Oh,
So that
okay.
means
Like,
his
Okay,
okay, so
that
you
means
had a
it's your
rifle
webcam
and that.
being your microphone
yeah,
today. Huh?
this. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a sword.
Basically, the short sword version of a katana.
Actually,
Yeah.
does this thing have any rust
Okay,
on it? No, it doesn't.
I can
Your
probably
t-
officially say I'm like the least nerdy of all of y'all because yeah. That's
Traditionally,
okay.
the
I like to learn.
Wakashaki's job was for performing harakiri. So
Which
Right.
is a suicide.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, the sword was only doing its job. It went through my leg.
See,
see
But
now
not what you were trying to do.
if it'd been a full length katana, you probably would hit the ground before your leg. See?
mm,
Well, to clarify, it did hit the ground and then my leg.
Okay. It's probably a good thing it wasn't a
Yeah.
katana. It might have bounced up.
I forgot you did that.
It's the
Sorry.
reason we don't let him go anywhere near sharp things.
okay. Now I see a little bit of background of why you said that earlier. Okay, got
Well,
you.
For what it's worth, I still own that one and I think 3 other swords.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So-
we can't take them from you because that would be stealing.
Darn right
Yeah.
you can't.
No.
Well, at least we can control how many he has, in sense that we won't give him any.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy him a knife.
Knife isn't a problem.
Okay.
You say that.
Is everybody
Stupid.
back?
Maybe.
I believe so.
Lyra?
Why is
I'm
Listen,
here. I was just muted.
Okay, so
Oh,
everyone's
okay.
back, everyone's connected.
Okay, so I have 2 of you have gone. I know that blues can stay away from buttons. I got that part.
buttons and sharp things?
I think
And
buttons
her.
is
Sharp things.
I think that
Nice.
goes for bar as well. That
Okay, and then I know
Mr. Barr, whom
Mr. Barr.
I told, be careful, there are traps.
and then proceeded to activate a trap.
I know Mr. Barr
I've
has.
got a -1 on my wisdom.
I have a question. Can we promote Sai to an admiral and change his last name to Akbar?
Anyways, Blues,
Yeah.
introduce yourself.
Buttons
Oh.
and sharp things. What?
Listen, Blues doesn't have a problem with sharp things because he's made out of metal. Because the only
Oh.
organic pieces he has left are basically his brain and his eyeballs. Because how many years ago was it? When
Which
did
thing?
300 some.
And
when did the
been a
Purge
while.
War happen?
A little over 300 years.
Okay, because a little over 300 years ago, he was a part of the I guess what was it, the Surge Ward, or what was it called again? The Surge Ward, yeah. The Surge War, where basically they mass manufactured these Steamborgs, and there was either some sort of like virus or like underlying code. I think it was the underlying code we determined.
Okay.
That switched and basically made all of them turn evil. And then I was unaffected for some reason. I don't know why. I just wasn't. And then I had to fight pretty much all of them, and along with the humans. And then all that nonsense happened, and then I was beat up real bad one battle, and then I was found a while ago later.
I think what we were going for was not as much backstory as more like physical appearance and some basic traits.
Teacher, I misunderstood the assignment. Can I please get my grade reevaluated?
What do you look like?
Yeah. Well, as long as you complete the assignment, you will not get
Incomplete.
markdowns.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well that works out.
Just complete it.
As of how he looks, he has brown hair, and he has glasses. They're not. Was that
Like yours. Like yours?
Sunglasses.
no, more like aviator style.
Okay, thank you.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, sunglasses. And he has what looks to be human skin, but it is fake. It is 100% not real. And generally he wears like a cloak that basically covers everything from like the shoulders down.
Okay. Gotcha.
I can send 2 pictures for a frame of reference to better describe him than whatever I just did there.
His
Sure.
name
I
might be
welcome any
Blues,
of
but he
that.
is actually red.
Yeah, that's very true.
And colorblind.
I'm very visual, so yeah. You're all welcome to send me pictures of your characters if you have them. That would be helpful.
Once again, this is for frame of reference. This is not what he actually looks like.
You have that render.
Okay.
I've been meaning to do a better rendering of him.
I'm bad at drawing, so
Oh, it's okay. I'm saying if you had it, that's all. And I guess you could put it in the no mic section, narrator.
I mean, we've got technically the whole player gallery
Oh,
area under the artist's block.
artist. Okay, thank you. I just didn't know where everything is yet. The art. Okay, I see.
We've also got a see the at least on
ATXE.
my end, the photos and artist block is working again. So yeah, you can see an artist block scrolling up a bit. There is going to be a rendering of our red colored blues. There's also the Stegosaurus Rex and a very creepy version of Side Mover.
No.
Player gallery.
Shadow vampire, so makes sense.
And the very top one in the scroll valley is gonna be the outside of the crawler.
Most of the pirates have portraits. I need to get Dad Studio work on some more of those, but
Alright, here you go. I found the 2 pictures. I was just going to put them in no mic. So it'll be the first character's face and the second character's outfit.
Okay.
So
Got it. Okay. That gives me an idea. Got it.
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Also, if you haven't watched the anime movie Metropolis, you 100% should, and that's what that character's from.
Okay. That is helpful because I have not watched that.
If you get the chance, you totally should. It's great.
Okay.
Lyra, how do you appear to people? That was a very awkward way of putting that, but what do you look like?
So I just put a picture of the doll that Lyra is in the player gallery, but she is an elf, dark hair, dark eyes, or brown hair, dark eyes. She doesn't. She has a couple of tattoos, pinkish red with black. They're floral. Other than that, she doesn't really look all that. There's not a lot of defining features other than that. Curly hair, as you can see. But
Not
other
quite.
than that, she just kind of looks unassuming.
Okay. Thank
Fair
you.
enough.
This really
The
helps me.
person,
Yeah,
the
I'm
only
gonna
reason we were
scroll.
getting up as early as we got to never showed up.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
that-
that I'm pretty sure she stayed up
They should
way
be
too late.
beaten.
Yeah.
If we knew where in the
So the-
country she was, we
Then
probably
they should be banned from the game forever. Like that's
That's a bit
garbage.
harsh.
5-star.
And the next time, don't make schedule allowances for that person.
Well, that's
You're
kind
not
of the.
I had muted the mic.
Yeah,
That
the
is
next
that
time,
that is
person doesn't
kind
get a
of
stay in the schedule. You have it when you have it, and if it doesn't work for them, too bad.
that is kind of the
That's
point of why we're
ridiculous.
doing it in an episodic format now. So
She can't hear you.
yeah,
I'm
all you can
actually
convey. We're doing an episodic format for a reason, for exactly that, because people don't show up, and then like, well, we don't want to play without this person. It's not gonna be that. Now, you don't show up, you don't show up. But always welcome. So
Besides, it only makes perfect sense for this character to just be like, "Well, I'm asleep."
it's kind of
Pretty
become
much.
a part of their character. So, as for Helios, I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I heard from them yesterday when I checked in. They were excited
great.
Thursday, but I don't know. Okay, but hey, and then I have no idea why Fox didn't show up either. He wanted to listen. He's thinking of making a new character. So
Oh, Fox wants
You
to
pro-
play.
You probably stayed up too late last night.
Maybe.
Fox.
Well-
Did not Fox also have that Victor?
yeah, he was Victor.
Yes.
Oh, right. He was going to
Kind
play
of
like the knight type character.
Yeah, kind of a planeswalker type. Okay, so
Well, now wait a second. Do you know what you're implying when you say that to all of us Magic fans?
he did use magic to do it. Yes.
Hey, I need to take a phone call.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll be a good time to. Yeah, phone call. Talk for a moment.
Oh man, that was our job to be entertaining. Dang it.
Oh,
Yeah.
A magnet flies by and lands on Blue's. Oh, Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care. Jimmy Crack Corn.
Good grief.
Okay. Many songs do you have?
I mean a handful, but in particular that one was a reference to Futurama. Because that's where this whole bit started from, because there's a robot in Futurama that when he gets hit with a magnet,
Yeah.
it removes his like restraint essentially, and it's like a really deep down buried dream of his to become like a famous folk singer. So I've
okay.
watched Futurama, and then Jeff decided to throw this at me. And I was
Oh.
like, wait a second, I know what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But no, for rule of thumb, Blues only sings songs that were in a movie.
Okay. Gotcha. Roger.
So
Roger.
hopefully I have a lot. I just have to remember all the movies I ever watched.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Which is
single
not
movie
enough.
you've ever seen. Yes. It has to be a specific kind of magnet. I stressed that. I'll stress it again.
Yeah, for sure, and I appreciate that.
It's an important detail too. So it's the reason why that particular electromagnet, for instance.
Is it a magic magnet?
Yeah. You don't know that in character. I just knee-jerked my reaction there, but yeah. Iridium is
Yeah.
mention of that. So
Getting all the information out of the Gia while I can. I think next time we should start even earlier so that way you're even more tired.
next time it'll probably be like 8 o'clock rather than 6:30 if it's in the morning. I'll
Oh, yeah,
try
for
to keep
sure.
morning because like she's like, oh, work starts at 12:30. He's like, that's still plenty of time. Could have started later,
Yeah.
still got in 4 hours, or 3 hours anyway. So because that was the goal, was 3 hours.
I'm
3 to 4.
just messing.
Yeah.
I was just goofing. I was just trying to get more information out of you.
They are missed today, and that will be conveyed next time I speak to
Okay.
Yep.
So usually it's going to be at 8. Am I hearing you correctly?
them. I
Potentially.
yeah. I think 8 will be fine. Personally, like I would prefer later in the day, but a lot of people are in different time zones, so I think earlier is good. I'm awake at 6, clearly, but a little bit longer I could eat breakfast maybe. So
You know what's crazy? I think we found a time where myself, Jeff, Wim, and Tim can all meet up. And so all I'm saying is maybe on a Saturday earlier in the day, we storm Wolfenstein. Because
Yes.
gosh,
it's
Yes,
making a good point.
I need to do that. I need to finish that up, and my brother needs to either get with me or get with one of you guys to finish his character sheet.
yeah, I can help with that.
I have returned.
I'll
I
get
understand.
it done.
Your character sheet.
I
Yeah, I
want
had to
to
get it
play
done too for that
Wolfhang Hamburger so bad. Partly because, yes, that's a really dumb name, and partly because he's a really dumb character.
Oh, and sorry for the interruption. I had somebody inquiring about doing an inspection on a Class A RV, so that is nice.
Ooh.
I mean, those things are a pain time-wise, but they're fun. Okay, so sorry about disrupting gameplay.
It's okay. We'll just never forgive you.
I feel like that's always the case.
I mean, pretty much.
Okay, so how much would we say we have left to do in the session?
I don't know, probably sneeze. We still need to get that medical exam done. Jeez,
yeah,
dudes.
I think we'll get through that, then reevaluate because we are kind of that would be a decent stopping point. I was not planning a combat today. There's too much going on, so if you all were expecting one today, reunions are important. It's crap can hit the fan later. You know?
Wait a second.
Let me rephrase. Crap will hit the fan later.
Wait a second. You're not prepared for a combat right now?
Another boxing match.
I honestly wasn't expecting one.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. He's not prepared for a fight. All right, I punched the Stegosaurus.
Anchor just laughs at you.
I don't actually do that. It was a joke.
Anchor would just laugh at you. But like, if you needed reassurance that Anchor doesn't wish you harm now, I think you got it. Hopefully, you know they have limbs
Listen,
that can literally rip you limb from limb, and has had ample opportunity at this point. So.
listen. I might not be willing to accept the fact that they don't want to kill me.
Yeah, it's just like
And I
it's
was gonna.
it's a sibling rivalry and not necessarily a lethal one anymore. So
Okay.
That's what he wants me to think.
uh, so
I didn't say it was rational, but I
don't-
still don't trust.
I can't remember. Did the crawler did it have a medical bay?
Who knows?
Did you just guys just triaged on the
Um,
main deck? I can't remember.
We triaged in the dining room.
Okay.
On the mess deck, which is actually the appropriate place to do triage.
So, any y'all going to convey to that
Listen.
location?
We never needed a medical bay before because we never got hurt. We're just that good.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I believe you.
Good because you
I
shouldn't.
don't either.
Good because you shouldn't.
Okay.
Anywho's,
Anyhow. Continue.
Sai is going to start making his way up there, and he's going to stop at his room and take off his gear.
I will also move over to said room.
Zooms the
I'm
T
left
pose.
standing, looking kind of distracted, but then I shake it off and kind of try to figure out where I'm supposed to be going. If I'm supposed to be following those guys or if I'm supposed to wait here. Because nobody told
Follow
me,
us.
so I'm just sitting here distracted.
They're very.
You can follow us. There's base. We're going to the dining area, so
Okay.
I'm just going to take a stop at my room to get off this harness and my weapons.
Oh, and also before you ask, yes, I am the oldest.
Okay.
Mr. Barr
Um,
is
well
climbing a
then.
scaffolding in the engine bay, inspecting the engine still. Inspecting the boiler and other associated components.
Oh, wait a second. Actually, before I 100% say that I'm the oldest, how old are you?
Are you asking me?
No, he's asking Lyra.
Asking
What?
the character Lyra.
Lyra, he's
Oh.
asking Lyra.
Okay, sorry.
Mr. Hero pipes
Possibly
up.
old.
Mr.
Didn't
Hero
you know it's
pops
rude to
up.
ask a lady her age?
Exactly. That's what Mr. Hero was like. Wait a minute, young master.
Okay, I suppose so. You don't have to give me your exact age, but are you over 300?
Again, it's rude to ask a lady her age.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm the
I was
oldest.
going to take
Still.
that as a yes.
Listen, you can just say yes or no. But I don't want to go around lying and say that I'm the oldest one here.
Oh, you can certainly say you're the oldest one here.
Okay, listen here. Sometimes I need straight answers.
And you are not going to get one from her.
I
Robin.
You are the oldest steamboard here.
Yeah, well, I'm the oldest steamboard. Period. I was the
Mr.
first
Hero.
one.
That was Mr. Hero.
Oh,
By the
well.
way, they are attending to an errand, but another model of me has appeared in camp.
What?
Yes, not a Mr. Hero, of course. There's only one Mr. Hero. He buffs his carapace a little bit, but why did the name just run out of my brain? Stop doing that. Hang on to the names.
No, I can tell you what name it wasn't. It wasn't Maverick, and if it is Maverick, we have some troubles.
Yeah, Maverick would not be so.
Maverick was pretty heartless, if I remember correctly.
Oh, tried to. Yeah.
What song is this? Because it sounds straight out of Hearthstone. Nope, it's not.
Come on, I have it here somewhere. Ah, that's it. Such. Yes, it seems rumors of Johnny Law's demise were greatly exaggerated.
Johnny Law?
Yes. Remember Johnny
Too
Law?
bad.
He's far more. Well, the years have not been as kind to his personality.
Figured out, but we're also starting to lose focus.
Okay, because it's 12:30.
Yeah, I'll
We
let
are
them know
gonna
that.
need to leave. Like, at this point, we're probably gonna have to do half price books after getting together with your family.
Yeah, I'll
So-
let them know that we need to get.
But to
this
meet
get-
them at 3, we're gonna have to leave by like 2.
Yeah, I'll let them know that
So-
we're gonna have to be skedoodle.
Okay.
You just did.
We heard the whole thing.
Okay, why does sometimes this mic mute work and sometimes it not work?
I think it's able to read your mind. It just does the opposite of whatever you.
I've got
whatever
a
you want
physical
to.
switch for my microphone.
I'm just glad that your wife isn't a sailor. So.
Okay, I think I discovered the issue. Or part of the
There's a
issue.
stereotype in there that I don't conform to.
Now, listen here. There's always someone that bucks the rule of the stereotype.
Some people call me a stereotype. Got no stereo. Can't type. So there.
That's beautiful.
We can handle the medical get to know you thing or play by post if you want. That would be fine.
Sure.
If you gotta go, then don't want to hold you up too much. Mr. Barr, we could just say is busy inspecting things, and the rest of us can chit chat a little bit more in game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mr. Barr is going to start getting into the bowels of the crawler, checking out. I bet that it's going to have a clean bill of health. But, he just wants to make sure it's ready to fire up full steam and get going.
Yes. That will be. I think that'll be some fun discoveries for you. I post so. It's been 3 years.
Okay, so we'll get to that. We'll get to that. In the meantime, God bless, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Barr out.
Catch you later.
Okay. Catch you later.
You're leaving it at that?
Yes, he is leaving it at that.
What? Okay.
You're leaving at that? Yes, that's the best way to put it out. That's the best way to leave it.
Yeah.
So, the rest of y'all, you got your gear back off. I want to point out right now that Mover was the only one who went into the hole with all of his gear. He's like, you know what? No.
It's like, I don't trust what's in. I don't trust anything that was in there. don't know what's in there, but I don't trust it.
Yeah, originally I had planned an easily ejectable dungeon crawl, and then things kind of went, I don't want to say fell apart,
Sideways.
but things broke apart. It went on hiatus, and this is the first RPG to ever come back from hiatus. I'm confident saying in the history of tabletop RPGs. So
Well, that's
hiatus
not
usually
entirely
means our
true.
game died. Yeah. It's a death sentence for a tabletop. Because usually you get back together, everyone's like, well, I want to make a new character. So I'm glad. I'm very glad.
We had a resurgence, kind of.
We
We
had-
brought back Radiant Defenders, kind of.
That's kind of coming in. We had our all out of bubblegum session.
Dude, I want to play all the bubblegum again sometime.
We
It's so
definitely
much
should.
fun.
Definitely should. So
And we can just play it whenever we want in this world because it's just a comic book. That was the dumbest BattleTech spoof I've ever made. That is so stupid.
Yeah,
About
Mover has
clients.
been in enough situations where it's like unknown location. I'm bringing everything.
yeah.
Yeah, for real. I should have brought my shield. I mean, whatever. I'm back at the place now, but
Hey, do you want to look
I
for
have
your
my
shield?
there. I swear, if it's not there, I look for my shield.
So where do you remember where you left it?
I don't know. Probably somewhere.
Did you leave it in,
Well, that's going on.
in your room or yeah, I mean it was literally 3 minutes ago.
Listen, I've been stuck singing the
Well, a little
same
longer than
song
that now,
for
but it's like
3
it's
years.
literally like 20 minutes ago, man.
I can barely remember anything besides the lyrics to a song now. My memory was pretty fuzzy beforehand. It's even worse now.
I'll reach out and play by post of this too, but I did want to, like, as you guys are settling into the crawler again, coming back into it, there is another person that appears.
Oh.
With the opening of Mr. Mover's door, the room next to him, it opens, and very sleepy looking lady comes out and sees kind of pokes her head into Cy Mover's door, and it's Periwinkle. And she's like, "Whoa, you're back, fully awake now." That's what all the commotion was.
Hello.
And she, in her typical enthusiastic manner, just picks you up in big bear hug. Like, oh my gosh. And like, you guys weren't, it's like, we weren't really close friends. This is really enthusiastic. That's how Periwinkle is. You know? Last she saw you, you're sending her off to, like, with an open mind about people she was serving. Periwinkle being a Sky Ranger who came to arrest them and had her mind open and had a good talking with the first mate of Captain Emmeline, one Griffin, who is a former Sky Ranger. And so, like, yeah, people you're working for are bad, and these are the good guys. And she's like, I'm working for the bullies? You know, totally shook her world. But yeah, she's here now. So.
Hello, Periwinkle.
Gosh, is the rest of y'all back too?
No, I'm not here. She hates me.
Yes, pretty much.
She's like, it seems just like yesterday that I was seeing you. You know, I left, and And
Well, to be fair, for us, it was.
You guys must have perceived that 3 years
her-
differently
her-
than what I did.
her brain just shuts off for a moment. She's like, "What?"
He pushed a button, and we went from what was that place? What was the name of the city?
Gear City.
Here sitting.
Gear City. We went from the ruins of Gear City to a tent in the camp.
You never actually saw the tent, I'll point out, but yes, that is accurate. Because the tent immediately whoosh into flames. It was disintegrated.
This
It's
one heck of an
convenient.
entrance.
It's convenient the tent was exactly large enough for
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the narratively sized tent.
that. Hey, not everything is due to narrative accident, okay? I'm trying to leave you breadcrumbs.
Listen, all I'm saying is that I would absolutely love for my next character to be a sorcery that wields narrative magic. It would be so busted.
You know, you could do that as the DM.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, I know what I know what my next character is.
so,
My next
so-
character's DM. It's
you're-
someone else's game.
you just argue with the DM. No. They encounter a dragon now, not a giant spider. That's how it's written.
Oh my gosh. That's
So,
not in the
so
script.
Periwinkle puts you down, and you notice like she was wearing a loose robe. She's like, "Oh, let me get dressed, and I'll come down and say hi to everybody." And kind of scurries back to her room, and she will emerge a few moments later wearing, I mean, it's the uniform she had before, but it's the badges are all torn off, and it is a bit more discolored now. There's tears in it that have been sewn back together with crude stitching, and she'll says, "I'll race you down," and takes off.
Alright, I say that we let her run all the way down there. We stay here, and
No,
then
you're
she
you're
gets
you're
confused and
down
runs
in
all
the
the
main.
way back.
You're down in the main areas. Movers is at the dorm area that you ran into Mover.
Oh, my bad. I had to step away for a second, so I must have missed that.
So I will just slip into the shadows and reappear down in the lower area.
Okay.
Well, now you just left Lyra with no idea where she's supposed to be going.
Oh, he's reappeared next to you.
Oh, okay. Thought you meant he disappeared somewhere else, and I'm like, where am I going?
Excuse me. I think the last time I
So
had
the
a
question
medical
is, did I
exam.
beat her?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Teleportation versus walking?
She's like, right, you can do that. Okay. Oh, it's the not bully. Hi, Blues. I remember your name.
Listen, I'm not a bully. I just, when push comes to shove, I'm usually the person to shove.
It's like, well, Tango vouches for you, and she kind of boops Tango on the nose.
Why does Tango like everyone else better than me?
Tango is still attached to your head, so it's like that.
First Lumi, now you.
Nani, of course,
Yeah, Nani.
who's hanging from a rafter now. So
Good
Um,
grief. Let's see. I think last time I had a medical exam, I got a lollipop at the end of it, but that won't be much use to me now.
last time you had a medical, exam. No, you got a robotic body at the end.
Yeah, they still give me a lollipop. It was insulting.
They attach a giant gun to one of your arms. Like, good luck. Good luck, kid. But yes, they
Giant
probably
gun
did.
to one arm and a lollipop to the hand of the other arm.
It was a NyQuil flavored lollipop.
Good grief.
All right. So I presume we're on our way to the mess deck.
Yeah. The
Makes
mess
sense to
deck.
me.
Periwinkle. It's like mess deck, where it's okay if it's a mess, right?
This
Oh,
makes me
no.
concerned for what the status of the mess deck is.
It's called
We'll
mess
see
deck.
when we
There's a
get there.
sign on the door that says mess deck. Don't be mad at me.
Periwinkle. Not everything is literal.
I mean, duh.
Well, you said it along with me, so let's see what it looks like.
Well, Lyra, I'll lead the way to the mess deck. And
Cool.
Sai leads the group to the mess deck.
We try to open the door, but we can't because of all the cans.
Well, you see, the funny thing is,
it's not that bad.
the funny
but-
thing is, if we couldn't open the door, Sai could just go underneath the door.
True.
But the table is fully occupied with a disassembled. Looks like a pair of disassembled jetpacks. It's actually very neatly laid out. The Periwinkle's like, sorry, I had to work on it somewhere. I don't
This
think
isn't a
Mr. Barr
mess,
will
this
be
is a
mad at
work in
me, will
progress.
you?
I won't. Mr. Barr, well, that's Mr. Barr.
So it's funny, you guys. I mean, are you hungry? There's still shark dumplings left.
They're 3 years old now. How are they? How are they not expired?
Freezer. Freezer works great. You can toss them out and cook them up, and
I mean, that's
Oh,
up to you guys. I don't
I've been
eat
having
food.
I've been having 3 a day for 3 years, and there's still like half a freezer left.
Oh my gosh.
let's get some heated up. I could use a meal. Anyways, so let's get on with this medical exam.
Right. Yes, that.
Yeah, the first thing you're going to want to do is check my blood pressure. Oh wait, I don't have that.
Do you say that?
Yeah, he for sure says that.
Land wakes up and is like, pressure. No, the pressure's fine, boss.
All right, Lamb, run a diagnostic.
Oh, I don't want to. I'm sleepy.
You son of a gun.
Clock's all messed up.
Yeah, I know the clock is messed up. It's
What
your job to
happened?
fix it.
What happened? No, the clock's like it's running off. It shouldn't be messed up. I don't know how to fix it. It was set when I got here.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You know that's not actually true because your clock was blinking 12 when you woke up at Dan births too.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong that the rest of us can't hear.
Oh no, Lan is still
Half of
speaking
this
through the
conversation.
PA. Lan is still speaking through the PA. They haven't disconnected.
Okay. So we can actually hear.
Yeah, this time.
Listen, Lamb.
I was being deliberate here. This time.
Lamb, You can either do a diagnostic, or you could have someone else do your job for you.
Ooh, I like that second one.
Dag,
Does that mean I
that
could
was
take a
supposed to
nap?
be an insult.
And it's like, well, I got to know what time it is to set the clock, and I can't do anything unless the clock is set.
Guys, what time
Lyra,
is it?
what happens to be the time?
Um,
Sorry.
no.
Is
Help. What time is it?
Is it 20 past 4?
Help, GM. What time is it?
So the bewildered look on Lyra's face, Periwinkle's like, checks her wrist. Oh shoot, I don't have my watch on. She reaches over the desk and pulls up like a desk clock. It's like, this is what time it is. Shows it to you. It is it's evening. It's like specific time doesn't matter. So it's Land sees the clock and sets your time. It's like we'll say it's like 7 or so. Sorry, said it was
Is it an
evening.
analog clock or a digital clock?
It's an analog clock, but it's that kind with
Okay.
the flaps. Instead of hands, it has the flap.
Mm. It
Yeah,
also
I got
could
one on
have
my
been a
desk. It looks like it.
sundial.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Gosh, I mean, I have the one I have on my desk is numbers are on wheels, but they have it where the numbers are on flaps, and as they go by, the next flaps up in like a Rolodex fashion.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Analog clock is one with the hands.
Yeah, this is also an analog function. It just, instead of displaying it as hands, it does it with the mechanical. Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of a
It's like a
digital display, it's still an
It doesn't
analog
have a-
display.
Yeah.
It's like an analog scoreboard almost. I don't think I've ever seen one of those type of clocks in person, but they exist from what I hear.
Gosh, they go for $100 on eBay. Wish I still had mine. I mean, I have one, but like I said, it's on wheels. Here's tab. They help out with some visuals.
The visage.
You notice there's like
Yeah.
a line through the numbers. That's because they're into, like, it's flap. That's where the hinge is. So it just flaps the next number
No.
up. Then you have the second display is on a wheel. Yeah, it's very much an analog clock, but with a number display instead of hands. So, but yeah, you're able to set the time, and does a diagnostic, and like it's like, oh, and shuts off the PA, and I will send you a message shortly. That's what Land says.
Land says, we need to clear out some space on your hard drive because it is at 99% full. All of that same song. Why did you save the same song so many times in a row?
A corrupted time clock on a computer it's a big deal. You don't have a traditional computer either, because there's magic involved.
I've got a brain computer. I've got a normal brain. It's just everything else isn't normal.
No.
If I
I know.
only had a brain.
And listen, it's more so about me not having a heart.
So what you're let's see, which one was that? That was the Tin Man.
Mm-hmm. Which is fitting.
It is.
Okay, so I am like, okay, so I move over to Sai in preparation to start the medical examination and take a moment and take a deep breath.
Yep.
I reach out and just tap on his chest and then put my palm against it, trying to feel for his heart.
I'm trying to remember if vampires have hearts in my game. I mean, I always feel that a vampire. There's a lot of things that vampires, even in movies, that they do that require a circulatory system. So I never liked the idea, oh, they don't have heartbeat. You know?
No, I think generally they do. Is just
I mean, part of the way to kill a vampire is a stake through the
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
it's just that their body's not producing its own blood.
Something like that, yeah.
Also, it's nothing against you, Lyra. It's just that we all hate going to the doctors.
She kind of laughs a little bit nervously. It seems like his heart's a little bit strained, but I think he'll be all right.
Story of Sai's life.
Yeah,
I
that's
looks
fair.
down and checks his own pulse.
Wait, I still have one of those?
I mean, there's a heart. There's some sort of pulse. It's like, I don't know.
Well, you know what they say about if there's heart, there's pulse. Nope, sorry, that's not it. It's fire and smoke.
Yeah,
That
because like a corpse doesn't have a pulse. Anyways, I believe he's going to need to find sustenance, probably shortly.
Wait a second. Have we had to cross that bridge at any point in time, Si? While you were hanging out with us? I don't think so.
I mean, I've eaten normal meals for the most part, but
But you haven't had any of those vampire meals.
uh, I
Oh,
guess
you're
I
just
haven't had blood in a while.
I don't know what vampire rules are. So I don't know if that's like really bad for you or what, but it sounds like we should probably find some guys that are bandits or something. Hopefully they have a good percentage. That was a dumb joke.
I mean, I was conked out for quite a long time without any blood, so
Well, I don't think a normal meal's going to. I don't think a normal meal is going to do the trick. He should speak to. Is- Sorry, he should speak to the captain.
Yeah, because Miss Emily's a full vampire. Are you on? You're like half, kind of.
I am what's known as a rebirth vampire. Essentially, I used to be human.
Okay. So you used
And
to be
then I
human.
was turned.
Okay. You know, I'm realizing we have a lot in common. I used to be human. You used to be human.
Well, yeah, he should definitely speak to Emmy. I mean the captain. The captain. I meant the captain.
You can call her Emily. That's fine. That's her name.
Right. Yes. That's definitely what I called her.
Yep, Emily. Perfect. Yeah, Emily used to, fight way back in the day. Those were some fun battles. And by fun, I meant we probably both almost died, but it's fine.
I have a feeling Sai would know about possible negative repercussions of not drinking blood for a long enough time.
You've been warned on some of the finer points. But it hasn't been too much of an issue. I mean, it's your normal line of work. You were able to handle it from time to time.
Yeah.
So
But now he's doing not normal work.
Well, we should probably find donated blood for me at some point.
That would probably be good
Relatively
for you.
soon.
Well, I hope you won't be offended if I don't volunteer. I
I
take a step.
don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Listen, for all we know, your blood could be over 300 years old. It might be dust at this point.
I shoot you an offended look. I can assure you that my blood is perfectly normal, thank you.
Okay. Also, I didn't mean to be offensive. I just usually say things. I'm not trying to be mean. I just am sometimes.
I clear my throat and then step away from Sai and move over to Blues now. And then pause in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I lean in and look closely at his eyes.
Well, let me take off my glasses or my aviators first. That might help.
Yes, yes, probably, yep.
Yeah, I take off my aviators, and then there's another pair underneath those, and I'm like, dang it, I take off those as well.
Right. Yes. Okay, so now I look at
I don't think I ever decided what eye color he has. I think I said he has green or brown eyes.
brown,
I
because
don't
you're
remember.
full of crap.
Oh.
Well, Bagel did a picture of him a long time ago. I think Bagel gave him brown eyes.
I kind of tilt my head back and forth and just keep looking at his eyes very intently.
Are they fine? Are my eyes okay?
I Hmm.
One moment, guys.
Pause for GM.
Pause for general management. We've gone off the rails.
Is it General
right.
Management or General Motors?
It can be both.
All right, so you, Luz, was it?
Uh-huh.
You should probably spend some time in a bunk. Your heart skipping, I don't think that's normal. You look tired. You should rest.
Wait a second. I have a heart?
I mean, I assume you do. I assume you do.
Maybe it's like my power core. And that would make sense because Lan apparently hasn't been doing his job for a while. So now I'm gonna have to get some sort of reset to get that back, that timing back.
Right. Well, in any case, yeah, you probably should get some rest.
It's gonna be easier said than done. There's so much to do and so many butts to kick.
You know, the real question is, does the rest of the world think we're dead?
Well, they for sure think that Silly the Kid's dead.
But are you rest of the world or one major in particular?
Probably the people that stabbed Thigh in the back. It's like, do they think he's dead? Because obviously they know he's alive. As of before the time skip, they knew he was alive.
Yeah, and now the time skip happened, and they haven't seen any of us for 3 years.
It's here, and then I think bars elsewhere.
Yep.
And Lumi's elsewhere. He's been tucked
Lumi's
over.
Oh,
asleep.
I take a step back and say I'll have to look at the other one when he's back.
Yeah, I think that's perhaps about what we can do. So,
Well, we could always play poker.
Not necessarily in the mood for that right now.
Listen, I'm just trying to provide other options as to what we could do because you just said that was about all we could do in a while. Well, there's other options. You just gotta think hard enough.
In your case, maybe think a little less.
Don't worry about that. He's great at that. He has an intelligence modifier of 0.
Anchor is laughing, and Mystery Hero is like, "Well, she's got your number."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was or right. Did we say it was right, or did we figure out what his name was?
Who?
The doctor that built me.
Oh, the doctor that built you is not the doctor that was in. Yeah, it's Dr. Wright and Dr. White. That's how I remember it. Dr. White was the bad guy. He's not
Right,
the one
Dr.
that
Wright
built
was
you.
So then
He was a lab. He seemed like he was a lab assistant at the time, but no, he was. Yeah, he wasn't the one that built you.
Yeah. My number is CBR000. Cyborg right number. So now everyone has my number.
Steamborg.
Oh right, so it'd be S.
SBR.
It'd be SBR000. Yep.
Dash X for experimental.
Probably. Oh man, you added 2 more numbers or 2 more, I guess, letters and
Of
not
course,
number.
we gotta break conventions, and like one of these days, like so far, like you as Blues has not really cared about any of your origin stuff. So
Not really.
I'm remembering things now. It's like, oh yeah, we haven't actually. I can't say it. He hasn't asked.
Listen, he'll figure it out at some point, but usually, or probably not until it's right there in front of his face. You know how like Data is like, I'm an android that's going to become more human, and I'm gonna do the best I can to kind of integrate their habits and you know, I guess not really personality traits, but I guess mannerisms and whatnot. This is a cyborg that basically said, I guess I was human, but not anymore. I'm a war machine now.
Hey, I'm the
And
War Machine, sir.
no, was Rhodey? I think that's his name. Shut up, Rhodey.
I don't know. Rhodey's gone. Rhodey is, he was with that band, and
No, I'm talking about Marvel War Machine.
I know I'm riffing.
That's his name, right? Rhodey? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, it's
Right?
Rhodey. Oh, Rhodes, but yeah,
Okay.
his nickname is Rhodey.
So at some point we'll figure out Mr. Mover's blood issue.
Yes,
Sorry, I'm distracting the GM.
as should be. I think that's a good wrap up there, and we can just stuff play by post, and see we've been streaming for about a little over 3 hours. That all works out great. And I think next time I'm going to try and I'm gonna have a picture that covers the entire screen instead of just part of it, so I can keep the private chats up. I guess it
Oh,
is
that'd be
covering the
cool.
private chats, but so I'll be able to handle the private chats a little bit more succinctly. So I will note though, like I just noticed that Arrow put a chat in. I won't be responding to chatters on stream. Someone talks there, they will be ignored. My focus is you guys.
Oh, dang.
So
Never, so you're telling me I shouldn't distract you by sending you a bunch of memes.
yeah, that'll be ignored too. I was talking about on Twitch. Those will be ignored.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think we're good. Go ahead and end the stream. Stop streaming.